Good morning, class. Now we begin further. We were doing the various types of democratic policies that we follow. We follow secular democratic republic. Last time we did sovereign, which means all in all independent, internally as well as externally. That means India does not need anyone outside countries to participate in the working of the government in India. Then the second term was socialist, which was added in the constitution with the 42nd amendment. Okay, it was done in 1976 that social and economic equality was to be followed, and it also abolished untouchability, zamindari system, child labor, and there were equal wages for equal work. Okay, irrespective of the fact that whether there is a male doing the work or a female. Okay, now we move on to the next heading called secular. The word secular was also inserted into the preamble by the 42nd Amendment Act in 1976. It implies equality of all religions and religious tolerance. Now let us know these terms. It was the word secular which was added in the Constitution through 42nd Amendment in 1976. That means socialist and secular. Both these terms were added in the Constitution in 1976 under 42nd Amendment. Now, secular means the people of a country are free to practice any religion, and there is religious tolerance. That means एक दूसरे के धर्म को बर्दाश्त कर पाना. Okay, that means they live in harmony. There is equality of all religions. Okay, every person has the right to preach, practice, and propagate any religion of their own choice. Whatever choice of religion you opt for, you are free to practice that and follow that. Nobody can stop you from following. Okay? The government does not favor or discriminate any religion. There is no government religion. Please switch off your video, please. There is no government religion. That means, all in all, what prevails is the religion which you practice. Government cannot initiate. Supposing there's a Hindu government, it is not that they can initiate the working and bring it to the level that they can do anything. No, they cannot do anything. It is on their, not in their hands that they could practice. Why? Because India is a secular country where every religion has the right. Okay? It treats all religions with equal respect. All citizens, irrespective of their religious belief, are equal in the eyes of law. No religious instruction is imparted in government or government aided schools. That means no particular religion instructions could be imparted in a government school or any government aided school. Okay. Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar said, secularism does not mean that we shall not take into consideration the religious settlements of people. All that what a secular state means is that parliament should not be competent to impose any particular religion on the rest of the people. So very simple. Secularism means that the part, that means the government cannot initiate any particular religion. Okay, it cannot say that you are supposed to have this religion because I. Okay, so they are free. The people of the country are free to follow and practice and propagate any religion they wish. Okay, come on. The democratic means the government of India is elected democratically. Eligible voters may vote at the polling station in his or her constituency at which he or she is registered on presentation of the voter's ID card, identity card, or other suitable identification. Use of electronic voting machines are, has simplified the process of voting and counting. 84 out of 545 votes at night. I'll here.
Ma'am, Pranjal's mic is on.
Pranjal, please switch off and do not disturb the class. The Election Commission of India is responsible for ensuring free and fair elections. So please look at this. Now, democratic means that the people of India, if they are 18 plus of age, they have the right to vote. Once they vote, they can vote for the candidate of their choice, which is always kept a secret. And then the counting is done. Now they are telling you that recently the electronic voting machines are used in which by just a click of a button you can cast your vote. Once the voting is done, the majority party, whom number of people have elected, chosen to run the government, they come to power and the Lok Sabha seats are chosen for them to rule there, to form the government there. Okay. They also tell us that 84 out of these 545 seats in the Lok Sabha, that is the lower house, they are reserved for various social groups and tribes. That means the backward people, the social groups who cannot participate in the elections, these 84 seats are kept for them. And 33%, that means out of every 100 men in the parliament, 33 people would be females. This is also ensured. This tells us that the people in the democratic setup that we follow have equal rights to form the government. Their representatives come to the power. They rule, they govern the country. Okay, now we come on to studying republic. Now, as I have written there, you all can see republic means it's the supreme power which is in the hands of the elected representative. Now, who are elected representatives? The ones whom we have elected. Once we get 18 plus of age, we go and cast our vote, and the person who's elected is the elected representative of the people. He represents the people. Why? Because he's elected by the majority of people. Then they tell you the president of India is the elected head of the republic. So who's the head? The president of India. Okay. Then electoral college indirectly for a term of 5 years. So he's the head of the electoral college. That means the people whom they have elected as representatives, he's the head of them also. Okay. Now we come on to the levels of the government. Now there are three levels. Can you see the uh, blackboard? There are three levels in which the government works. One is the local level, the other is the state level, and then the third is the central level. Now, the levels are very clearly, as their name suggests, work according to them. Just as see the local works at a local in a village level or a town level. There the governments are the local governments. Then in a state, we have the state government, like Yogi Adityanath here, okay, BJP. Then the central is the national level, which looks after the working of the entire country. So let us just go through it. Local means at a village level or at a town level, state at a state level, central at a national level. Is saying good morning so smart? Is it so important that you're disturbing in the class? Good morning. Now, the government in our country works at three different levels. We have read them. The local level, the state level, and the central level. The government which works in a village or town is called the local level government. The government at the state level is called the state government. The government at the national level or at the central level is called the central government or the national government. Now we come on to the new heading, Universal Adult Franchise in India. Before we go on, let us know the term. Universal means this is applicable to one and all. You must have seen when you go to see a movie, if it is you written there, it means universal. All can see it. Okay? So that is the universal. Adult means anyone who is 18 years of age. Franchise means voting. So anyone at the age of an adult can cast a vote in India. You must have come across a phrase which refers to India as the largest democracy in the world. Democracy is one of the basic principles on which the Constitution of India is based. Indian democracy is the largest democracy in the world because India has the largest number of voters in the world. To elect is not only the center or the union government, also the government at the state and local level, which are elected people. A citizen of India who is 18 years of age or above, who is not otherwise qualified, disqualified, is entitled to vote in the election. So they are telling you that India is the largest democracy. It has the largest number of voters. Right, it's the largest democracy. And India
हाँ
being a
सुना क्या हाँ
democracy, any citizen who's 18 years plus of
अब ये
age
पूछना था देखा दर्शी चावल खाओगे तुम लोग
who is talking in between. ये किसकी मम्मी है जो फोन पे बात कर रही है? Please switch off your mic. Ira, you are very distracting girl. Okay. Next we come on to the next page 203. One of the boldest and the most courageous acts of the Constituent Assembly was to accept and adopt the principle of universal adult franchise for the people of India. It was a bold act on part of the Constituent Assembly because India was potentially illiterate, poor, and traditional country. Giving to the illiterate, poor, and tradition bound people the right to elect their own government was indeed a challenging task. India emerged as a true democracy, which has already experienced 13 general elections based on universal adult franchise. So, when the constitution was being framed by the Constituent Assembly, that means those people who were framing the constitution, they gave the principle of universal adult franchise. That means from the very beginning, when India got its freedom, the people of India were free to cast their vote. Now, there was a problem in this. Why? Because most of the people were poor, they were illiterate, and they were traditional, very old fashioned. Yet, to get the voting right, it was a very risky situation. But the government agreed for it and it gave rights to vote to all its citizens in the constitution. Okay? The constitution affirms that all the people of India are free and equal and have the right to vote without any distinction of caste, creed, color, sex, or place of birth. The system of universal adult franchise is based on one person, one vote. This ensures political equality in the country. So now here they are telling you that country has always favored the policy that it would be voting. The people have the right to vote, and the all the citizens they have equal right in sustaining and casting their vote. Now, one person, one vote. This was also told. That means a single person can only cast one single vote. They cannot cast more than one. Okay? So this was given and told in an affirmation as a guarantee that one single person can cast one vote and can put forward his or her opinion. The females were also given equal rights in the voting procedure. So this shows that India had been in favor of universal adult franchise since the very beginning, since it was in the time when it got its independence and the framing of the constitution in 1950. Since then, it has gone through 13 major elections, and not only just the central level elections, but also at the state level every 5 years, the elections are held in which also everyone, I repeat, everyone, irrespective of age, irrespective of caste, creed, color, language, they, if they are 18 plus of age, have the right to vote. So we stop here for today. Thank you, class. I hope you have understood.